Hey guys, it's the real Mr. Squid here. Welcome back to another episode of Tekkit Classic Reloaded. Hope you guys are having a great day. I am having a freaking awesome day. Very cool day. I'll tell you guys a little bit about it in a bit. But I feel like we should get right into things. Right into the ore doubling, I think. So I got some stuff set up for that. But before we set up the macerator and the furnace, let's start trying to make these overclockers. So to make coolant for overclockers, which is an important crafting component of it, you need a fluid solid canning machine, and you take water, or in our case, distilled water with lapis dust, turns into coolant. Very easy. Just 10 item casings, an electronic circuit, and a basic machine casing. And that will give you a fluid solid canning machine. Now this is a power tier item 1, so we need to be careful with it. And where are our transformer upgrades? There they are. Let's go get this thing slapped down. So what I figured we could do is we could just set it here. And we could use those translocators again. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Yeah, use the translocators like before. So the fluid solid canning machine has a couple different modes. I'm pretty sure the mode that we want is fluid enrich. Maybe this will tell us which mode we want. It looks to be fluid enrich. Yes. Yep. So you want fluid enrich. So let's take our liquid translocators. They can also work around corners, if you guys didn't know. And you remember how these work? Whichever side is pointed in is the direction that it will go to. So point this side in. It's kind of trippy. Okay, it's filled up with distilled water. And let's put some lapis in. And that is going to go for a while. So I'm going to get through all this water, I think. And I also got some extra steam and water left in the condenser that I'll transfer over. But while this is going, I thought we could take a look at something else. A little bit of Railcraft. It's a little bit of a different way to make steel, and I think it might be faster. So to make steel, you need a blast furnace. That's the same with every mod, but different mods have different blast furnaces. Now IC2s, which is what we were using previous, was very, very slow. I mean, and there was no way to make it faster that I know of. So what I think we should do is use the Railcraft, or at least try out the Railcraft blast furnace. So it's a multi-block structure, so it takes up a lot more room. So what we're going to do is we're going to craft these blocks, and it's a 3x4x3. That's 36 blocks we're going to need. There we go, 36 blocks. And also, we're going to make a coke oven because they kind of go together, they're hand in hand. Because this blast furnace might actually only work with coal coke. So we're going to make that. Should take 27, I believe. Right? Because 3x3x3 with a hollow. 26. It should take 26. Because of the hollow in the center. There we go. So we're going to go set these up in what I plan to be the Railcraft area. I still need more dirt to flatten this out. I'll get started on that, in between episodes. So let's set up this blast furnace. 3x4x3. So does that mean, I feel like that means the height is 4. That feels right. Does it say hollow? Yeah, hollow. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's not hollow. Oh, it says steel mill. Build a blast. Build it. We got the achievement. That's got to be right. So apparently I don't. Oh no, yeah, no. It gives you leftover extra. So let's look at the recipe here. 1 iron ingot after 64 seconds will turn into a steel ingot. But I bet you can do blocks, right? Let's take a look. I could do an iron block. Yeah. Which is not something that you could do with the other IC2 furnace. Let me grab some iron and coal and see if that works. Because if that works, then we might not really need the coal or coke oven brick. We only have 2 iron processed. We got a bunch in the chest over there by where the quarry was. Coal. I tend to really like multi-block structures because they tend to make them look good. Like, this could look really cool. I feel like I could definitely make this, implement it into the build. Let's see, can these be put right next to each other? I feel like they can. Whoops. Get this going. Oh god, what a name for an achievement. Read a Coke Oven Bricks tooltip and build a complete one. Okay, so while that's, before we get into that, let's test to see if the iron works. Put iron in. Yeah, okay, so we can't put coal in, it won't let me. That means that we need coal coke. And I'll explain how that works in a second, but I'm not going to put just coal, I'm going to put probably a stack of coal blocks in there, let that get going. Might as well have a good use for our coal, because we don't really have a solid use for one right now, since we switched to wind power. So you put the coal in, or blocks of coal, and it will slowly burn. Look, 810 seconds is how long it's going to take. When it's done, it'll give us a block of coal coke, but it will also give us creosote oil. And this is the only way to get creosote oil. Creosote oil is useful for making a couple crafting components. Like if we wanted to make wooden ties, which are important for making rails. You know, tracks and stuff. See a couple other things. Might be able to use it as fuel, I'm not sure. But either way, it's a good liquid to have. So we're going to let this run. Eventually, I will get a building set up for this. I have a pretty cool idea in mind. I don't know if I'll be able to pull it off. But, yeah, that should be pretty cool. Also, another thing I just want to let all you guys know, if you ever have any questions about anything like that you've seen in the video, or really anything like that I can help with, don't be afraid to ask. Like I'll try to help you as much as I can. So as you saw there, the coolant is done. Not all of it, but we got 8 buckets. So to make overclockers, we're going to need to make coolant cells with that coolant. And the way to make a coolant cell, pretty simple. It's just a bucket or a coolant can or some way to store 1 bucket of coolant around 4 tin plates. So I think we should use universal cells because I believe you get those back around some tin plates. I feel like I know we have tin plates in here. Tin plate. Oh, I guess we don't. Well, I know we have tin. So we'll just make some plates real quick. Okay. Let's take these universal cells and fill them up with coolant. So now I think we need to switch this to take the IC2 coolant and put it into the cells. Drain from cell into tank, fill cell from tank, and then switch this tank. There we go. So you want to fill cell from tank, and then you want to hit this little arrow that switches the tanks. And now it's going to take our IC2 coolant from here and put it over here. Now it's to see an important moment to see if we actually get back this universal cell. Because if not, that is going to eat through our tin. I know we have a lot of tin, but I still don't like to use it abundantly. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Oh, okay, sweet, we got it back. So I think off the bat, I'm probably going to actually overclock the canning machine itself. And while that is overclocking, or while I overclock that, I'm thinking about what I want to do here. I wonder if this is even worth it, keeping this extra distilled water. Let's say we have 128 buckets, which makes 128 of these coolant cells, which would make 64 overclockers, just about. I mean, if we use this recipe here, which we don't have to. Yeah, I'm fine moving this. I'm fine losing that stuff, that little bit of steam and coolant. So what we're going to do now is we're going to set up how we're going to have the macerator and the electric furnace. This might be in the way a little bit, the steel tank, but that's okay. Oh, okay, so we've run into a little bit of a problem here. I should have turned this off. Now both tanks are filled with distilled water, which probably means that this is going to fill with distilled water, which we don't want. Let's see. Yes, we don't want that. Stop it. Looks like we might end up losing a little bit of the distilled water. Let me turn these into some coolant cells. Real quick, some more coolant cells. Put these tin plates in here. So let's take these 10K coolant cells with some insulated copper and circuits and make overclockers. Our first overclockers are coming in right now. Bam. We only make 4, but that's actually quite a bit. I wonder if we can... Yeah, there we go. Okay, so that is a way to fix that. We can just... And can I empty this? Yep, I just emptied the universal cell. Okay. So guys, if you follow along with me and you make the same mistake I did, you should be able to just transfer the water right back into your tank of choice. And let's switch to fluid enrich again. Put some more of this in here. Now overclockers. Bam, 4 of them. Look how much faster that is. Boom. Boom, boom, boom. Now I could have made another tank to then, and more translocators to then output the IC2 coolant, and I still might do that. But that's not really something I worry about right now. We're gonna have to disconnect the power just for a second while we get things set up. So I'm gonna do macerator into a middle buffer chest, which actually isn't there yet, and then into a electric furnace, and then into a output. So input. So just for visual, I'll use these bricks. So we're gonna have an input chest here, a buffer chest here, and an output chest where the steel tank is. Let's get these, where are they? The transformer upgrades in. 3 of those, right? And 3 of those. My memory serves. Because these are both tier 1, bringing them up to tier 4. Cool, cool. So as it is now, well, I'm going to show you just how fast just a default macerator and furnace can process ores, and how terribly, terribly slow it is. Since we're going to need tin, let's grab tin and iron. This is going to be a bit of a run-around episode, guys. So, put a piece of tin in. I know this doesn't seem like it's that long, but imagine you have like 30 stacks of tin. And this is one item. Still going. There, just finished. Now let's put 4 overclocker upgrades in, and then do the same thing. Come on, there's no comparison. And we're going to make more than 4 for each machine. That's just what we have made now. Okay. Let's leave these in this just because that's what we're working on right now. Drain from tank into cell. There we go. This will allow us to make more overclockers. So, let's go get our input chest, output chest, etc. Where are they? Oh, I forgot. I put them in the ground. These iron storage boxes. Actually, let's leave this here for now because I need to know how much coal I have. We'll just use normal chests for now. So I guess I should tell you guys right about now why I'm having such a good day. So I went to Micro Center today. I don't know if you guys know what that is. That's a computer parts store. And I stood in line outside in the cold. And I got in after a long time. And I got a part that I really wanted. And that was pretty exciting for me because I'm kind of planning on building my own computer pretty soon here. And it's just really exciting. I got a CPU and a motherboard. I didn't get a graphics card, but that's no big deal. Okay. So to input and output items, you should need ejector upgrades and pulling upgrades. These work the same way as the liquid ones do. If you remember that. You can shift on these to change them. Do first valid side. Set them all to first valid side so they stack. There we go. So we're going to want this macerator to pull from this chest. So pull from the west. I went the wrong side. Pull from the west. There we go. So I put an item here. It's going to pull it in, and dude, it's gonna pull it all. Then we're gonna want it to output or eject to the east. To the east. Sorry about that. And that should get put here. And then we're gonna do the same thing. A pulling upgrade from the west. Look at that, it's pulling out of the chest. And an ejecting upgrade to the east. Man, I'm getting my east and my west confused. East, west, east and west. And once I'm done making all of the coolant or the distilled water into coolant, and these machines are gone, there'll be another chest here, and that will be the output. Now, when it comes to uranium, which is one of the rare ores from IC2, you need a special machine known as the thermal centrifuge. Now, we're going to craft that today, but we're not going to work with it today. We'll probably won't even work with it till not next episode, but the episode after that. So, to make it, you need a mining laser, some coils, and some iron ingots, and an electric motor and an advanced machine casing. I'd say the hardest thing to make was probably this mining laser. Energy crystals, which you know is diamond dust. Advanced alloys, which is a mixed metal ingot and a compressor, and an advanced circuit. There we go. I can probably even shoot it and show you guys the gun a little bit, even though I'm just using it for a crafting component. So there's different modes you can switch through, depending on your what you have it bound to in your controls. But I'm just going to show you what I have it set on, which is mining mode, and how it works. It's kind of just like a better pickaxe. See, I'm going to hit this mountain. Look at that. See that? Just shot through the mountain. And I can shoot another one and another one. Like if I was down in the caves and I was running through it, just going. I want to go this way. There we go. Very good for mining. But we have something that mines for us, so we don't really have to worry about that. So we're just going to leave this as a crafting component for now. feel bad about these holes I made. I gotta fix them. I don't like ripping up mountains for no reason, you know? It's not my bag. Yeah, so it was, back to what I was saying. It was my first time ever being in Micro Center. Very cool place. A little confusing. It was kind of like going to a candy store for me, though. Like, in my eyes, because I was like, wow, so many cool things all around. It was kind of awesome. Especially as someone who's kind of enthusiastic about PCs and PC parts and stuff of that nature. So let's just take a quick check-in on this. Look, we have one block of coal coke, and I bet we can put that in here. Yep, and there it goes. That'll be steel, and that'd be a lot faster. And it doesn't really require power. So this is the setup. The block, macerator, block, furnace, block. By block, I mean chest. I will slowly make more and more overclockers. Let's divide these up. 2 in here, 2 in here for now. Let's make some more. I'll continue to make more and more off camera. Take this and make this thermal centrifuge with our mining laser since we don't need that anymore. Got some more overclockers going here. So the thermal centrifuge is basically the way to just process uranium. Because eventually we're going to be going radioactive in this piece. Not yet, though. Now, what an overclocker does, as you can see, is it speeds it up, but it also makes it use a lot more power. And if you hover over the overclocker, you can see that it decreases process time to 34.3% of the normal process time, and it increases power consumption to actually a whopping 409%. Let's take a look at our... Yeah, we are losing power more than we're gaining. I mean, that happens sometimes, but we won't be processing ores all of the time. So that's fine. It's fine to have more overclockers than you can handle, at least for a short while. At least I think it is. So I'm going to keep processing this through the fluid solid canning machine. And keep making overclockers. And... oh, another thing I just wanted to show you guys real quick. Look at this. Look at this uncraft. Look at this thing that I got. I was trading with a Peck, which is a Thaumcraft thing, I know, over here in this magical forest, and he gave me a untextured, uncraftable potion with no effects. I could drink it. I'm not going to, because I like the way it looks. Kind of want to keep. It's like a, you know, like a secret treasure I got. I thought you guys would find that pretty funny. When I first saw it, I was like, "What the heck is this?" I was like, "What is going on?" I don't know. Thought I'd show you guys that real quick. I also got some bottles of enchanting, which is pretty cool. Yeah. So, I'm going to continue to upgrade this and process the ores. And I'll show you just how fast I have it going by next episode. It should be going... I might be able to go through a stack, like, instantly. Like, I might be able to drop a stack in, and then it's just done. Fully done. It's going to go... and done. And that is kind of the goal. That's kind of what I'm aiming for. But it's going to take a little while. So I'll have to show you guys that next episode. But I think right about now we're reaching up the, we're hitting the wrapping up point. So, just want to say thank you guys for watching. Hope you learned something. Hope you enjoyed it. And I'll have to catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.